Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be making a grid with buttons inside each cell. Now inside each button is going to be an image. So we're going to be clicking on the image, and when we click on the image, it'll just go to another view controller which will have that same image, just bigger. So let's get started with the project. So we're going to be getting started with a new Xcode project. It's a single view app. Let's name it Grid Sample. And I am saving it in a folder. I had already tested this out, so, and then now my computer just takes a long time to load. It's been doing that a lot lately. So, the first spot we want to go to is our main storyboard, which if it can open up. So I'm just gonna change the simulator. I already have one opened up, which is the iPhone XR. So we're gonna change that there and here. So what we're gonna do is add a few buttons. Now if we click on this small thing over here, we're gonna have all these different things we could choose from, and we want buttons. And here's a cool trick you could do. So I'm just dragging in the button. I place it there. At least I hope it just placed. Yep, there we go. Now if you hold the Alt key or Option key, hold it down and drag whatever you have selected, they'll make multiple. So we want, let's say 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. Now, what we want to do is click on that. Now click on this small icon right here. Now click Stack View. So now it's embedding it, or it's putting it inside a stack view. Now let's do it with the others. Let's click that, and then click that. Now what we also want to do is highlight or select all of these, which you could either do click this and then click hold shift, then click the bottom one, or you could do select this, click command, select this and that. Either way is fine. And then embed all of that into another stack view. Now this might be looking not really like that much of a grid, but now what we have to do to all 3 of these, highlight it again, and then change this to horizontal. So now it's a horizontal view, and this looks, I think, like a grid. I would say it would. Now let's also go to this stack view up here, and it all has to be like filled equally. Let's close that. It's all distribution, filled equally, scale to fill, it's all good. And now our stack view, we're going to click on this button. It's for constraints, like it has to be like this. And we're going to change it all to 0. Now this is just saying it's going to take up the entire screen, just like that. Now the first step is done, adding our grid with our buttons inside. Now we want to add, let's say, an image in our button. So that's really not going to be a problem. We're going to have to just add some images in. So let's say we want to add, I don't know, a dog image. And we're just making sure we're saving these images. Then we're going to drag all of these images into our project. So save all these images. Save. Save image as. Then save that. Save image as. And then it's just saving. Like that. Save image as. And saved. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 images. Perfect. Now we are going to go to Finder, click on our downloads, and select those images we just did, or we just downloaded. Now drag them here where it's showing Xcode popping up, and we'll put it right there. Yep. And let's drag them right about there. Now all these images are placed. It's putting it in a weird order. Oh, now it's good. Now if we are refreshing our main storyboard, just like click on something else and then go back. Now, if we click on these buttons and click image, we can select image. So it might not look the best because these images are not, I don't think, for the size of this button. So it might be looking not the same way as it's supposed to. Let's click this button now. Click on this button now. And that. Here we go. And we technically have it all done. Now the reason these images are just like not looking the way they're supposed to is because it's filling in the button, but the images aren't the same size. Now that's not really something to worry about, and we are just done with our first part. Or you could say 2 parts, which is adding the grid and then adding the images inside. So now we are going to run it. Our build has succeeded, and it's launching it onto our simulator. And in like a few seconds, it should just fully show what's on our screen right there. There we go. Now if you click on these, it should just kind of like become a little darker. If your computer is faster, just click it, yeah, like that. That's how you know your buttons are working. And that is it mostly in the video. So let's just explain what we just did. So what we first started with was 6 buttons. Now these buttons were put into stack views. So they were put into horizontal stack views. Like you could say that, that, and that. And then it was all put into a stack view the other way, which was a vertical stack view. And then it made this grid. Then inside our buttons, we took some images from the web and put those into our buttons. And that's what we have. So in part 2, we're going to be explaining how to make it that you click on these buttons and then you go to the next view controller. And the next view controller can have the same image, just bigger, or maybe covering the entire screen. And that's it. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more videos about iOS development. And make sure to stay tuned for part 2, where we're going to click on these dog images and then we'll go to a new view controller. It will make the dog image bigger. And soon we are going to have some gaming videos on this channel. I have this small game capture thing right here. So we're going to be gaming and game developing. So while there's going to be some videos about how to make games, I'm also going to be playing games and recording them and posting them on this channel, since gaming is one of the most top viewed content on YouTube. And bye.